Hi, I'm Shari Pay. Welcome to OCA's Women's Ride Week. I'm here to show you some stretches you can do after a bike ride. Please always listen to your body. If any of these stretches do not feel right, either don't do it or modify so it does feel good. Okay, let's get started. We're just going to start with a simple calf stretch. So, stepping one foot back, toes are pointing forward. We're trying to keep that back leg straight, heel down to the ground. You're stretching in the calf muscles, so the back of the lower leg. Always try to breathe deep, breathing into those deep muscles. So you want to take about 3 to 5 deep breaths before you then switch to the other side. So I'm stepping my other foot back, heel down to the floor, trying to keep that leg straight, and breathing deep. Good. Looking good. And then back to the first side, so a slight variation. Rather than keeping that back leg straight, we could also try bending the knee. It just moves the stretch down closer to the heel. You may find that you do get tight calves riding your bike, so it's always good to do what's right for you. If you find that this stretch works for you, it's a great one to do on a regular basis. Okay, moving on to our quads. So if you can reach that ankle, you're going to hold the ankle. Otherwise, you could just rest your foot up on a wall or even rest it on your bike. But somehow get that foot up, and then you want the knees together. So don't let the knee go out to the side, knees together, and then you're just pushing back on that bent knee. So trying to feel a stretch up the front of that quad. So we're doing our deep breaths, trying to breathe right into that quad muscle. Always trying to be mindful when we're stretching. Try to keep in the moment. Try to really feel the stretch. Try to get as much from the stretch as you can. And then switching sides. So I automatically, anytime I'm stretching, I automatically try to breathe as slowly and deeply as I can. Good, so my knees are together. I'm just trying to push back on that knee. Awesome, looking good. All right, our next stretch, this is probably one of my favorites. So it's good to have something to hang on to for this one, either the wall or if your bike is nearby, holding onto your bike. So I'm just crossing my one ankle above my knee, and then I'm sitting back. So I want to feel the stretch through that hip. So just trying to be patient. You'll find with this one that the longer you can kind of stay in it, the more of a give that sort of happens. At the same time, I'm trying to keep my back in neutral. I'm trying not to sort of hunch forward too much. Good. And then we'll try the other side. So I'm crossing my ankle above the knee. I'm just sitting back. I'm trying to open that knee as much as possible. I'm smiling. Smiling makes a big difference when you stretch. Taking my deep breaths and trying to enjoy it. Sometimes that slight discomfort of stretching can actually feel really, really nice. Okay, next one. So now we're going to try to do the front of our hips. So I just step one foot back, and then I'm just slightly bending that back knee, and now it's a pelvic tilt. So I just tilt that pelvic forward, trying to feel a stretch right here. It's almost like I'm trying to drag my foot forward, although it doesn't move. So then you just pause, The more time you have, the longer you can stay in the stretches, the better. So ideally, you want to hold the stretch for at least 30 seconds. All right, and switching sides, other foot. So I get into my position and then my little pelvic tilt, just so I'm feeling something right here, or think of it as dragging that back foot forward. This is a hard spot to stretch, and you will find that you'll get stiff in this area. So really try to do this stretch. Okay, and then it's always nice to give yourself a little shake every once in a while. Now, I'm going to take a nice wide step with my feet. I'm going to bend one knee, and it's a feeling like I'm trying to bring the inside of that thigh over to my foot. So I'm stretching in this adductor muscle. And I'm just leaning my hands onto this thigh, trying to release any tension through the rest of the body. Breathing. And then I'm just going to switch to the other side. So inside of the thigh towards that foot. Smiling. Good. And then moving into our hamstring stretch. So I'm going to keep my legs, my feet wide. I'm going to reach my arms out to the side. And then this is called doing a swan dive. So I'm just leaning forward. I'm going to bring my hands onto the floor in front of me. I'll just turn to the side so you can see. So I'm bringing my hands down onto the floor, and then I'm trying to bring the top of my head to the floor. So you want to feel a stretch through those hamstring muscles. A lot of cyclists are very tight in their hamstrings. Some of you may be able to bring the head down to the floor. I certainly can't. I'm thinking about trying to keep the weight in the center of my feet. So I don't want the weight way back. I don't want the weight too far forward, just in the center. And then one thing that I find works for me is if I just kind of try to straighten through my back. You may find going up onto your fingertips, trying to reach out through the back, a nice flat back. And then once again, leaning forward as far as you can. I'm keeping my legs straight as long as that's comfortable. By tightening through these quad muscles, it'll help to release the hamstring muscles. So breathing deep here. I'm hoping that this is feeling really good for you. And then to come out of it, I just kind of walk my feet a bit closer together. I reach my arms out to the side, flattening through my back, and then slowly I come up to a standing position, watching the head rush. We can then do a little bit of a stretch through your feet. If you've taken your cycling shoes off, you can just go onto the ball of that foot, switch feet. Sometimes you do when you're riding. Sometimes you do hold tension in the feet, you know. So it's good to always stretch out the feet. You can do a pointed foot if that feels good. The other side. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to move on to our spine. So it's like I've got an exercise ball or a beach ball, and I'm just going to scoop my belly in, round myself, and trying to make space between each of my vertebrae. So I tuck my chin in, I just let my head be heavy, and I just round my back as much as I can. Again, be mindful, make sure that this is feeling good. If it's not right for you, just don't do this one. And then slowly, I'm going to transition to the opposite. So I'm just opening my arms out wide, trying to open across my chest. So once again, Going into this cow position, scooping my belly in, rounding my back up towards the ceiling, tucking my chin in, letting my head be heavy, breathing, and then doing the opposite. Now I'm going to place I'm going to clasp my hands behind my back and just try to squeeze the elbows together. So again, opening up across your chest. Because of course on the bike, we tend to be very sort of rounded this way. So we always want to open up, try to bring the shoulder blades together at the back. And then just place the hands on the hips. This might feel good if you just bring the elbows towards each other at the front. And once again, clasping the hands, drawing those elbows together at the back. And fists on the hips, bringing the elbows forward. Nice, okay. Some shoulder rolls. I tend to be a person that can hold a little bit of tension through my shoulders when I ride, so this one always feels really good. I work on my range of motion as much as I can, and then I roll the shoulders in the opposite direction. Okay, and now I'm just going to sweep one arm across. I'm placing my hand on that upper arm. I'm trying to keep this shoulder down. Breathing. And now the other arm's going to come across. So I'm trying to stretch out around that shoulder. Good, okay. The neck. So a lot of the times, you know, we ride in this kind of, the head goes back sort of position. The head's very heavy when you come out of that centered posture. So your neck may stiffen up. So some good neck exercises to get in the habit of doing. Always be gentle if you do have any neck issues. So you'd like to take a breath just standing, and as you exhale, tuck the chin in, looking down. You can place your hands on the back of your head and just very gently, just creating just a bit of weight on the back of the head while you look down. Breathing as you do this. Good, coming out of it, we're going to stand straight. Inhale, be tall. As you exhale, I'm just tilting my head to the side. I'm going to reach out through the opposite arm. I'm going to take the hand in the direction that you're leaning and just place it on the side of the head and just very gently, if it feels good, just apply a little bit of pressure. Just feeling a stretch down the outside of that neck. And then coming back to center, you can shake it out a bit. Inhale, be tall. Exhale, I'm tilting the head. I'm reaching out through the arm. I'm placing this hand on the side of the head. Making sure it always feels good. And then coming out of it. Now going into a twist. So when you twist, think of the spine, or in this case, the neck as a corkscrew. You want to turn from the bottom vertebrae up to the top. So inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just turning your head. Try to turn each vertebrae. And then coming back to center. Inhale. Exhale, turning the head the other way. And then coming back to center. We're going to reach one arm up above. And then you're just going to lean over to the side. Going the other way. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lean. Good, coming back up. Inhale, reaching both arms out to the side. As you exhale, just gentle twist. Back to the side, gentle twist. Back to the front, gentle. Back to the front and gentle. Okay, awesome, you guys. There's our stretches that you can do after a bike ride. So thank you so much for joining me. Please enjoy riding your bike and stay safe. Okay, bye.